We are the anchors of Queer News Tonight, and this evening we discuss the queer headlines. The 6th annual Naples Pride brings diverse events, entertainment, and celebrations that you would not want to miss. Join the fun on June 7th through June 9th.
iHeartMedia and P&G join forces for a Can't Cancel Pride at June 12th event, celebrating LGBTQ resilience with performances and advocacy.
After Trump agreed to a debate anytime, anywhere, Biden challenged Trump to the June 27th debate earlier than the traditional fall debates.
Renowned brands unveil vibrant Pride collections, including Apple's Pride Watch, American Eagle's gender-neutral line, and Gaultier's Homage fragrance.
The trailer for the Wicked movie is out, giving us a sneak peek into this magical world.
Good evening. Welcome to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ plus daily evening television news broadcasting live and available on demand. The show is available on all smart televisions, including Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. It's time to queer up the news for Thursday, May 16th, 2024. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we're going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first live daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first and only unedited live LGBTQ plus evening news show. Whatever happens unique in the LGBTQ plus news, you will see it and hear it.
Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model of PBS and NPR, but designed for the LGBTQ community. Our mission is to support the 11 pillars of our LGBTQ community. And we want to inform and educate the key issues of our queer culture, the Black community, Latino and lesbians and queer women, trans, students, youth, seniors, HIV, AIDS, healthcare, business, social justice, and faith. Help us support our community.
We are part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus nonprofit media companies in America, Hotspots Magazines and Happening Out Television Network.
In 2024, our magazine is celebrating 40 years of the LGBTQ plus experience in our television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBTQ plus and broader community.
Let's meet tonight's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome anchor Paul Thomas. He is currently a member of the LGBTQ plus advisory committee to the city of Miami Beach, on the board of directors for the Point Foundation, and on the endorsement committee for SAVE. Paul, South Florida Afro Pride Federation's second annual Pridechella starts May 23rd through 27th. Tell me what is happening.
Yes, I'm really excited to talk about this tonight. Pride, there's an organization called Afro Pride, and they're putting on this Pridechella event. The event is really highlighting local artists. A lot of artists feel like they get pushed to the side. I know when we have our Basel down in Miami, all the local artists feel like they get pushed out of the museums. And this is really focused on, I guess, performing art, a lot of music industry stuff, lots of singers that feel like, many businesses, including the entertainment business, are still very homophobic. It's hard to be out and to be LGBTQ, right? And so this is a safe place to give people an opportunity to come out and have a good time. It sounds like a lot of fun. I think when artists get an opportunity like this, they really give it their all. So I suggest everybody, come and check it out. I'm going to go check it out just to see who's, I'm curious to see who's singing and what they're bringing and who's ready, who's ready.
Might finally tempt me to go to Miami for the first time in like 5 years. Let's welcome Cori Cracium. Cori is the founder and executive director of Naples Pride. An entrepreneur, a social justice advocate, Cori's mission is to help people feel heard, accepted, and loved for who they are. Welcome, Cori.
Thank you for having me.
So, Cracium is a very unusual last name. Can you tell us a little bit of your background?
It actually means Christmas.
I'm
from Romania. I'm Romanian.
Fantastic. Transylvania.
Well, Dracula's blood in my veins.
I did not say it. I just, for the record, I did not say that.
But your name means Christmas.
It does.
That is a fascinating way to actually make a last name.
It's a very festive name.
And now let's welcome Cori Brilliance. Cori is a proud LGBTQ plus community member from West Palm Beach. He has served as a pharmacy technician for 10 years and currently works as a peer counselor at Community Care Resources. Cori, Anthony Huen and Club Oris are bringing the MAGA Memorial Day weekend party starting May 24th. Tell me what's happening.
So, it's Memorial Weekend, one of the best weekends to be in South Florida. He's actually has 4 of the biggest promoters in South Florida, Lucky Entertainment, Brandon Entertainment. He has Rails Marketing Group, and of course, Anthony Wynn's Entertainment. It's going to be at Club Oris in Hollywood. It's a big vibe. I can't tell you, but I've always been a good vibe there, and you just have to come experience it.
Fantastic. And now let's welcome Nico Cales. He is a passionate learner and leader. He loves connecting with people, exploring new places, and creating meaningful memories. Nico is currently pursuing an MBA in marketing. Welcome, Nico.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Fantastic.
And of course, this is tonight's lead anchor, Dr. Bobby Huen. He is a certified civil and family mediator and a founder of BH Conflict Resolution Services. From Hong Kong and having grown up around the world, he can offer a queer global perspective on current events. Welcome, Bobby.
Thank you, Paul. We are the reporters for Queer News Tonight, and this evening we begin with the queer headlines. The LGBTQ plus community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast. And here are the bullet points of the Queer News for Thursday, May 16th, 2024. Now, first, this evening, let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Naples Pride 2024, Be Brave, Be Bold, Be Proud, Be You, returns on June 7th to June 9th. Collier County, the most southern on Florida's west coast, has not necessarily been the most diverse or supportive for the LGBTQ plus community. It makes Pride more important than ever. Naples Pride is bringing the eagerly awaited 6th annual Naples Pride from June 7th through June 9th in a groundbreaking collaboration with their presenting sponsor, Bayshore District. Themed Be Brave, Be Bold, Be Proud, and Be You, the Pride kicks off with the official kickoff party on June 7th at the Real McCall in the Bayshore District. Saturday, June 8th marks the highlights of the event with Pride Fest taking place at Cambia Park, Naples. The festival, renowned for its family-friendly atmosphere, serves as a vibrant tribute to the culture, achievements, and diversity of the LGBTQ plus community. Attendees can expect captivating lineup of entertainers, speakers, musicians, performers, vendors, and exhibitors, alongside engaging kids' activities and a delectable array of food and beverages. Headlining the main stage are esteemed acts including the collaboration band, Guild Zumba Studio, Eljan, the Calendar Girls, Flo the Venus, DJ Cushy, and the dynamic MC Liquid. An 18-plus VIP experience awaits at the Naples Women's Club, featuring national and local drag icons such as India Farah, TP Lords, Drag Clyro Lords, and the newly crowned 2024 Miss Naples Pride, Rihanna Patron. The fun is not over yet. As the sun sets, the celebration continues with the Naples Pride official after party at the Bayshore Warehouse in the Bayshore district. The festivities draw to a close on Sunday, June 9th, with the Naples Pride official tea dance hosted at the Grande House, promising a finale filled with music, joy, and camaraderie. Further details are available on naplespride.org. Of course, we are very thrilled that the founder and executive director of Naples Pride, Cori Cracium, is an anchor this evening at Queer News Tonight. And so, Cori, I would just love to know more, because I honestly don't know much about Naples at all. I know it's like an hour and a half that way, but I never got around there. The only time I went there was like dropping off someone when I did Uber during the pandemic. So what is Naples like for the LGBTQ community there?
So Naples is a really very lovely tourist town, and there was really not a big presence for the LGBT community in Naples for decades, until 2017 when we put our first Pride Festival together. And I have to say that, to the surprise of many, it's been a very welcoming place, although you wouldn't expect that, because it is a conservative town. But I feel like the majority of the people living there are supportive. Of course, you have some that are more vocal and anti-LGBT, but fortunately we don't have a lot.
Right. Currently in Florida's political environment, I mean, we are talking about, don't say gay, the drag ban, or at least trying to put drag away from public performances into non-public appearances. We are talking about, all these book banning, book burning, whatever, anti-intellectual, anti-LGBTQ, anti-learning, anti-enlightenment, etc. Is it hard to have a Pride, do the Pride right now?
So, we really, for the first 4 years, we had Pride. We had no issues whatsoever. It was like unbelievable, like welcoming. We had no issues. We always had no problem getting our permit until literally 2022, when the anti-LGBT legislation started coming down from the governor's office, and that's when we started feeling the effects of that. And right after Pride Fest in 2022, we had a group of very anti-LGBT people come and boycotting and asking the city council to rescind our permit. And we had a really hard time getting our permit last year. Luckily, with that, a lot of people came out supporting us, and it was so heartwarming to see that. And we saw the allies just come out of everywhere and supporting us. And we had to move the drag show last year inside because of the backlash that we received, and for the safety of our performers and our community, we had to make some changes. And because everything went smooth and we had no issues this year, our permit got approved by a 7-2 unanimously by our city council.
Great.
Fantastic. That's great.
Love always wins.
Yeah. So this year we have no issues, and our festival is coming up.
Thank God the mom's off for whatever is not. And so actually, speaking of, I mean, obviously you mentioned that Naples is a smaller LGBT community than, for example, right here in Fort Lauderdale, where like 1 in 5 people, 1 in 5 people wear the rainbow flag. But why is the Pride Festival so important in a city like Naples?
Because of that. Because it's such a small town, and because we don't have all the welcoming places that, you can walk everywhere and then you see the rainbow flags at every business's door. We don't have that there. Fortunately, it's a very small number of places that you can actually see how welcoming they are. So it is important because people need to feel that, and the only way you feel that if you really come out and you make yourself visible. Yeah. And then you give a chance to the community to come and rally around you and support you, and then, it lasts for so long. And it's just it's very important that people see that we are here and we're not going anywhere. I think it's very important to have these celebrations.
I think that's great. I mean, whether, you have your business display the allyship with a sticker or two, you can, and this kind of event also attract LGBT tourists to visit, which boosts, hopefully, the LGBT community by itself.
And I think that's, Naples is such a touristy town, to show that, hey, we are really not that conservative.
It's a fun and peaceful event.
And to show and then to invite people to come. And we know people are flocking out, or they were flocking out of Florida, but I feel like things are changing. They're absolutely changing.
Let's hope so. And so, anyways, tell us a little bit about the highlights of the whole Pride weekend. What's happening?
It's for the first time we're actually going to have a three-day weekend
So
Pride celebration. It's going to be amazing. We've been trying for a while, and it's just hard to find the people to support you. And this year we were able to work with the Bayshore District, and we have different businesses there that are going to host different events for us. And it's a really big step for our community. It took us 5 years to actually get a host hotel. So to now have a host hotel and to have numerous businesses supporting us, I think it's a big deal for us. And we're gonna have the entertainers are amazing. I mean, we're gonna have India Farah and Tippy Lords, she's from Miami.
Yeah,
right? So, we just love Tippy. And we like our Pride. It's like a family-friendly event. It is not Miami Pride, right? Nothing against Miami Pride, but it's very family-friendly because of the place, where we live, and we try to make it like that. And I would say that half of the people that come are teenagers. We have very wide age. People from all ages really that come, and we're gonna have a kids zone where bounce house, and so it's totally family friendly. The VIP experience is gonna be amazing. The stage is gonna be the collaboration band, the best Motown band in town. So it's gonna be high energy, a lot of fun.
That's
I'm booking my ticket tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
You really
want to go.
are talking it up. I love it.
For the VIP experience. Yeah,
I love
4
it.
shows because we were sold out last year, so we added an extra one. I don't know if he's gonna do it, but yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Nice.
well, thank you so much
Okay.
for answering our questions of Naples Pride, and I look forward to seeing,
I invite all of you to come.
Oh,
Thank
Naples
you.
Pride.
thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see if we can find some room in the calendar then.
Let's clear up the USA view.
That's it.
iHeartMedia and P&G unite celebrities and LGBTQ advocates for Can't Cancel Pride 2024. iHeartMedia and Procter & Gamble are teaming up once again for the 5th annual Can't Cancel Pride event, celebrating the LGBT community's resilience and the power of music. The event is set for June 12th and will feature performances by Billy Porter, Ben Platt, Melissa Etheridge, and more. The 1-hour special will stream on iHeartRadio's YouTube and Facebook pages, Hulu, Reverie, and the Advocate channel, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This event aims to raise awareness and funds for the LGBT organizations, highlight the importance of support and acceptance. Can't Cancel Pride promises to be a night of unity, inclusion, and celebration. Acknowledging his steadfast activism, Billy Porter was awarded the Elton John Impact Awards this year. And the event is now in its 5th year and honors changemakers across various sectors and supports 6 LGBT organizations: Centrelink, GLAAD, National Black Justice Coalition, Outright International, the Trevor Project, and SAGE. Can't Cancel Pride was born during the pandemic's disruptions to Pride events and has raised over $14 million in 4 years for LGBTQ+ causes. In 2023 alone, it reached over 23 million viewers. Backed by Procter & Gamble brands, the event spans June as a month-long Pride celebration. iHeartMedia Radio will promote the live stream on June 12th, and fans can support the charities at can'tcancelpride.com. And we are part of one of these 6 organizations. Naples Pride belongs to Centralink, and we have been the beneficiaries of some of the funds raised during this event. So we'll be having a watch party at the center.
Oh, that's
exciting.
I mean, I was surprised it's only 1 hour though. It's like, why only 1 hour? Like,
Let's stretch it out.
streaming.
Add a few more performers.
It should be like one of those Jerry, whatever the name is, like telethon, like
Right.
the celebrities and drag queens singing the blues, like answering phones.
Telethon.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I think it's fantastic when they wrote that they reached 23 million people. I mean, it started during the pandemic, but what really happened during the pandemic is all the anti-LGBTQ legislation, right?
And it's great that
we started to become under attack, and they started to really come after us. And it was hard to organize them. It was hard to have events. It was hard to be out there, and in the shoot we couldn't gather. So the fact that they put this together, that it's reaching so many people, that it's still finding a way to connect people, and that it's finding a way to not only for people to use their celebrity for good, right, and to end up helping even a local organization.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's great.
I think that what they really did, because we opened our community center, our LGBT center during the pandemic, like literally in the middle of it. And to have this event happen and to be able to get some funds because we couldn't have any Pride.
Right.
It meant a lot.
for that area,
It helped a lot.
organizations like yours, they're important.
Thank you. So it helped a lot of people.
Right? And I'm very glad that, I mean, say what you will about rainbow capitalism, but, you know, at least the right cannot boycott P&G. There's no way they can boycott Procter & Gamble. They just make too many things.
Yeah,
Right. They own
Lotions,
everything.
creams, soaps. Go on and on and on. Next, let's queer up politics. Biden challenges Trump to June 27th debate. Sparks political shutdown. In a bold move yesterday, President Joe Biden threw down the gauntlet, challenging former President Donald Trump to an earlier than expected debate, scheduled for June 27th. The invitation, extended by CNN, marks a departure from the traditional fall debates and adds fuel to the already heated political landscape. Taking to social media, Biden announced his acceptance of CNN's invitation, reminding Trump his previous declaration, anywhere, anytime, anyplace. The latest move comes amidst a back and forth between the two political heavyweights over the format and timing of potential debates. Biden's campaign had earlier urged Trump to participate in 2 presidential debates hosted by news organizations, bypassing the Commission on Presidential Debates scheduled for fall debates. Trump, quick to respond, expressed willingness for earlier debates and told radio host Hugh Hewitt that he is up for any moderator. In a direct-to-camera video released Wednesday, Biden took a jab at Trump's absence from recent debates, daring him to step up once again. Biden asserted Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Alluding to Trump's court schedule, Biden said, "So let's pick the debates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays." The joke was a reference to Trump not having to be in federal court on Wednesdays. It's just not a great political climate when you have 2 presidential debates, presidential candidates going back and forth like boxers and 5-year-olds.
Actually, that's not new, although back in the day, the debates usually take place behind the scenes. It wasn't out in the public.
I would prefer
but
that.
Stage.
But a lot of these talks about having talks, debates about having debates,
Exactly.
often take place around the corridors of the halls of Congress or in campaign offices. But now we have a bombastic former president, stressing on the word former, and you know, who wants to put everything out on TV for everyone to see. He loves the attention. So how else do you think the White House is going to
I
respond?
just don't think it makes America look great. We already have a decline in our political climate, and there isn't many substantial candidates. So you have these 2 that are just like chickens in the hen house.
I think America stopped looking red the minute Trump got elected.
Agree.
So That's where every problem really started.
When I first read this story, when we got the email, I thought, oh no, not a debate. They've been talking about it, and I'm like, that's the last thing that we need, from my point of view, right? Unfortunately, it's probably going to happen. Unfortunately, there are people, I think I read a statistic yesterday that said like 4 in 10 people have not decided who they're going to vote for.
Exactly.
And that's ridiculous.
And some people are it's shocking to me, but some people are very unaware of what's going on. And they were saying that people really don't start tuning in until the fall. They really don't know what's going on in the world. They don't, and part of it is because they don't even have time in their lives. They're trying to survive.
Yeah.
And they don't have time to sit around and watch these other things. I'm not looking forward to a debate and all the chaos and all the, if it was going to be a productive debate and we were
a productive debate.
Right. It's not going to be that. It's going to be reality.
It's going to be reality TV. But on the other hand, for me, I think Biden made the right call here, because for one thing, Trump is going to try to weasel out like, I don't mean any time. I don't mean, when I say any time, I don't mean this time. Any moderator, no, but not that moderator. That date is bogus and is going to bias against me, and he is going to throw out, and Biden is going to look like the adults in the room.
Yeah.
And or even if the debate take place at the time as scheduled, Biden would probably outquip Trump anyway, and he can run those quips in campaign ads for the next 5 months.
If that's what it takes.
I'm not pro-Trump, but he is a good shit talker.
Yeah, but
well, the problem is, you know what? There's that, right? But then you end up sending people to prison when you just lie.
Yeah.
You end up, like, if you look at his last time around, everybody around him went to prison.
Yes.
Like, it's not just talking
Within the
junk.
first few months.
It's breaking laws. It's putting other people's lives at risk. Hopefully, people will start to wake up and go, hey, this is not really a direction we want to go.
At all.
Well,
If people didn't wake up after the last election, we are in big trouble.
You know?
Please.
I do have a question to Nico, who is in our. Unfortunately, he is the youngest among us.
What are you, Gen what? What are you?
We're Gen Z. Yeah.
You're Z?
Gen Z.
So here, I will ask the Gen Z voter here, what do you think?
It's really crazy because it's there's a lot of people, all my friends mostly are like, should I register to vote? Like there are like, should I
not
pick
registered yet?
The answer is yes.
Yes.
So it's like which one should I pick through the two evils? So
the answer is
There's
yes.
only one evil.
There's only
one
evil.
There's a neutral. I mean, I won't call him good, but there's one neutral and one evil.
Yeah.
And the evil is so dark that it's like an abyss in a black hole. So yeah,
I agree.
pick the neutral.
Your friends, you're in college, right?
Yeah.
Your friends really have to get up to speed. It's really, really important. There are rights. There is a way of living. There's a lifestyle that you guys have that we didn't have 20 years ago. You guys have had this opportunity to kind of grow up in this different time. Yes. That can go away in the blink of an eye. And really, part of their intent is to take that ability for you to be free away. They just did it to women. Yeah. They were like, you know what, women, we'll decide what you do with your body. And you know what I mean?
States.
They've made it very, very clear where they stand. Yeah. You and your friends, the Gen Z, has to show up, and they have to vote really for your future.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
for your
their
future.
Own.
Everything from your own civil rights as a queer person, to your student loan, to the inherent
climate change.
Climate change.
Our governor just wiped the words climate change off of all the state paperwork. Can't say that word anymore.
Yeah, apparently.
So you guys have to vote. You have to vote.
This is like 19.
So what do we call it?
Just don't say
he passed the law yesterday.
Yeah.
No more climate change in Florida.
Apparently, erasing the word will make it not.
So it's really important.
Okay. All right. Well, so.
Next, let's queer up business. Brands embrace LGBTQ+ as Apple, American Eagle, and Gaultier launched 2024 Pride collection. Rainbow capitalism usually features in dozens of stories that Queer News Tonight covers leading up to June Pride Month. However, 2024 seems to be a significant decline in our coverage. So, in celebration of Pride Month 2024, when several renowned and independent brands have unveiled their vibrant Pride collections, it got our attention. The announcements reflect solidarity with the LGBTQ plus community while acknowledging the ongoing journey towards equality. Among the frontrunners in this commemoration, Apple introduces the 2024 edition of its Apple Watch Loop, adorned with the hues of the inclusive Pride flag and adorned with laser etching that proudly reads, Pride 2024. The tech giant's initiative signifies its commitment to inclusivity and diversity. American Eagle emerges with a groundbreaking gender-neutral apparel collection encompassing a range of t-shirts, matching sets, and denim pieces. Alongside this release, American Eagle and the Area Real Foundation pledged a substantial $100,000 contribution to It Gets Better, reinforcing their dedication to supporting LGBTQ plus causes beyond the month of June. John Paul Gaultier makes a statement with 2024 edition of its Pride fragrance, featuring a captivating design paying homage to the influential work of queer artist and activist Keith Haring. Notably, Tomboy X, a trailblazing queer-founded brand, launches new styles in its popular apparel range, catering to all bodies and needs of all sizes across the gender spectrum. These initiatives highlight that while some brands like Bud Light are stepping away from the LGBTQ plus community out of fear and losses, not every brand is scared. So I do think that there are some companies that don't need to market for gay pride, aka Bud Light. I mean, I understand where they're coming from, but there are some companies, I don't want to throw them under a bus, like, you know, Starbucks, that basically stop their LGBTQ plus merch. And there's a lot of workers that work for them. So you'd think that they would be more, having more rainbow Stanley Cups because of their employees, the people that are working for them behind the counter. So
I will value more about their work culture, like how the Starbucks treat their LGBTQ plus employees more than whether they sell rainbow pattern Stanley Cups or not. For me, the best corporate action regarding Pride is to provide and protect your LGBTQ plus employees. Yes, I understand that sometimes these corporations will have to donate to conservative politicians because they operate in the area that they are at. That's unavoidable. I mean, a company might not be able to do business otherwise. You're just going to be in the red state and not lobby anyone. But on the other hand, the superficial piety to our causes just by slapping a rainbow flag on something, even if it is a power company like FPL, like, I don't know why they have Pride. For me, that's the important part.
I think it's important that they show their support, not just to the employees, but we know Starbucks doesn't have a very good record lately of supporting their employees, no matter LGBT or not. Exactly.
Yes.
But I do think it's important that the customers see that, that they are, appreciated and be paid attention to and catered to. Because, we don't live in a time when this doesn't matter. It does still matter that we are visible and that we are being supported and accepted for who we are. And I just want to throw a silent here. Bud Light, they may not make their Pride beer anymore because we haven't been able to get it last year or this year, but they're still a sponsor of our event. So, they may not put it out there, but they are still supported, and they're giving to the cause.
The best initiative is putting someone queer at a higher seat, more queer executives that have queer feedback on some of the merchandise and how they're marketing and where they're allocating some of these funds.
I think people really have to I hear people say that they don't believe that they have any power. I hear people say that they don't think that their vote matters. And those things hurt me because you have all the power. We have all the power.
Yes.
Starbucks, as an example, many years ago, I used to buy my coffee at Starbucks because they paid for their employees. They paid for veterans to go to college for free.
Yeah.
So even though I knew I was paying a little bit more for my coffee, I knew where my money was going. And I wanted to be part of that, right? I think on the flip side, we can do the same thing and go, I don't want my money going towards what you're supporting.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really important nowadays, more than ever, that our community be very, very aware of these. We say these terms like, everybody puts on their little rainbow for June and then they disappear after June.
Very much.
But it's really not a joke because that's turning into legislation. It's turning into anti-trans legislation. It's turning into anti-LGBTQ legislation. It's turning into women not having control of their bodies.
Yes.
Like, if you don't think you have the power, trust me, they're taking your rights away. You have the ability to take your rights back. Right?
Absolutely. And I think it's very important that you just don't wait for somebody to do it for you.
That's
You actually
right,
stand up
exactly.
and you do it yourself.
Someone got to step up, and we should all step up.
We should all
Yeah.
step up. I mean, that's how we've always
And
done
if you
it.
do, others will follow.
And,
Yeah.
The funny thing is the tobacco, I always think that it was a pre-planned stunt by the conservative side of the country to essentially make an example out of the brand so that to scare the American corporations into hiding when it comes to Pride. But Target is still putting Pride collection out, as far as I know. Some of them will be online, but who doesn't shop online these days?
No.
And there will be Pride collection everywhere. But sometimes I just wish that the designs of them can be a little more innovative. I really like the Keith Haring inspired Gaultier perfume, but not everything just like rainbowify your logo. Like I can certainly say some brands, including premium fashion brands, who just I'm like, okay, can I find something that I can actually wear with actual fashion pride in addition to gay pride, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
The other point that I just want to make real quick, just because I work in public health, is that on the public health side, these things do save lives. Somebody seeing that pride flag in a window makes a difference. Somebody seeing that T-shirt when they're walking through the store, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. It could be life and death sometimes.
It can be a little tense.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, we're gonna keep our eye out on these corporations, see what we can do moving forward. And right now, we're going to Queer Up Entertainment. The trailer for Wicked, the movie, is out. Queer fans are eager for Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo's movie. Ariana Grande, known for her powerful vocals and charismatic stage presence, was moved to tears upon learning she had been cast as Glinda in the upcoming movie adaptation of the beloved musical Wicked. Universal Pictures offered fans a glimpse behind the scenes with a short featurette released yesterday, showcasing Grande's emotional journey from auditions to filming.
I had the incredible privilege of seeing the original Broadway cast of Wicked when I was 10, and I just felt an immediate bond.
I'm sure that you have dreamed of playing one of the two roles. Would you be Elphaba or Glinda? You'd be Glinda.
For sure.
We want you to be our Glinda the Good.
Oh my God, thank you. I love her so much. I'm going to take such good care of her. Thank you so much.
How cute. In a resurfaced interview clip, a 10-year-old Grande was seen expressing her desire to portray Glinda when asked about her preferred role in Wicked. When the news finally broke that she had secured the coveted part, Grande was overwhelmed with gratitude. The featurette has both Grande and bisexual actor and singer Cynthia Erivo's audition moments, who landed the role of Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. Reflecting on her experience, Grande shared, "I had the incredible privilege of seeing the original Broadway cast of Wicked when I was 10. I just felt an immediate bond." Speaking at CinemaCon in April, Grande humorously credited many different pairs of fake eyelashes for aiding her performance in the movie musical. The anticipation for the film heightened in February when fans were treated to a first look, and the excitement continued to build with the release of the full Wicked movie trailer today.
Are people born wicked? Or do they have wickedness thrust upon them? You're green.
I am. Welcome, new students, to Shiz University. Miss Elphaba, you can room with Miss Galinda.
Oh, popular. I know about popular. Oh, I saved you some space, by the way.
Do you really think this is fair?
I do not. I was promised a private suite. But thanks for asking.
Please, everyone take your seats. In today's Oz, a real sorcerer who possesses true magic has become all too rare.
Absolutely remarkable.
That was you who made all that happen. How did you do it?
I don't know. I've never known. You, come with me.
Of course.
Not you. You. You're the one the wizard has been waiting for.
Galinda?
Ew! I know. It's my granny's. I'd give it away, but I don't hate anyone that much.
Hey!
You should join us tonight. And don't tell me you have nothing to wear. Because you could wear this.
Something has changed within me.
She doesn't give a twink what anyone thinks.
Something is not the same.
Of course she does. She just pretends not to.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz summons you to the Emerald City. Come with me.
What?
To meet the wizard.
Why couldn't possibly? This is your moment. I'm coming.
The great and terrible.
Something bad is happening in Oz.
The best way to bring folks together is to give them a real good enemy.
You have no real power.
That's why I need you.
Don't let her get away! This wicked witch.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid. It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
Oh my goodness, that looked like fun.
Great.
That looks like a lot of fun. You know, back in my day, when we watched The Wizard of Oz, we didn't have all of these graphics and you really had to use a lot more of your imagination.
Well,
but the story's still the same.
Wasn't it black and white?
And it was. And until the end. And then in the end, it turned into color when everybody got. But looks like a lot of fun. I'm glad that people are still, getting exposed to this show. And now with all the new technology, they can make it,
Maybe I'll drag my husband to go see it.
Why not? Even for me, movies like this are good for a rainy day and put on Netflix and just.
We'll probably get a whole team out and watch a movie.
Oh,
yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
In 2025, the LGBTQ plus people from across the globe will come to the U.S. as World Pride is celebrated in Washington, D.C. as part of Happening Out's nonprofit travel club. You can join the celebration for as low as $359 for a 5-day experience. Find out more at happeningout.travel/worldpride.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by viewers like you and generous support by Visit Lauderdale. Everyone under the sun.
Next, we are proud of our special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. Supporting that partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out television studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral's Sunday International Service at 10:30 a.m. We finished tonight's Queer News headlines with a segment we call LGBTQ plus 1 Minute News. LGBTQ plus 1 Minute News. Let's queer up entertainment. HBO's Casey Bloys teases first look at The Last of Us Season 2, premiering in 2025. On Wednesday, HBO and Max CEO Casey Bloys shared images on Instagram of Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey at the Warner Brothers Discovery Upfront presentation in New York City. Fans got a first glimpse of Season 2 of HBO's acclaimed post-apocalyptic drama, set to premiere in 2025 and will be filmed in Vancouver. We will not be surprised if the queer internet goes crazy over this announcement. I am looking forward to this. I really enjoyed The Last of Us. I can't imagine what comes next. And so after post-apocalyptic, what's next?
I mean,
I'm curious. And Pedro, of course, is like the everybody's internet daddy.
Well,
keeping it funky and sexy.
I mean, he started at Mandalorian, and now he's in The Last of Us, and he has like 5 things right now. He's like everywhere.
Yeah.
And I love that Pedro and Bella, like their relationship on and off camera are just very gold. Everyone loves them, and it's cool to see like what they're gonna do next.
Yeah.
LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up drag culture. Thor to debut with Boston Pops at First Pride concert on June 1st. Thor, a RuPaul drag superstar and professional musician, will debut with the Boston Pops on June 1st at their First Pride concert at Symphony Hall, Boston. Thorgy has performed with orchestras like Vancouver Symphony and Seattle Symphony. The concert, conducted by Keith Lockhart, will feature GBH's Jared Bowen as host and drag star Kaya Crystal as a special guest. Further details about the event are available on bso.org. I love Thor. I love any queen coming from RuPaul's Drag Race, and she's one of those kooky, quirky queens, so I know that show is going to be great.
Drag Race is like Harvard for drag queens now. Like, you pass through Drag Race, that means that you actually, you got
somewhere. You're on a certain level.
You got somewhere.
I love that she's super talented, though, right? And she's performing with orchestras because
Boston Symphony.
Even though it's drag, people could kind of make it very, drag is just this and not see the people behind the drag.
It makes me absolutely regret the fact that I came down here more than a decade ago now, because I used to have my apartment right next to the Symphony, Boston Symphony.
I wonder what the acoustics are like.
I think it's just so cool that they do that, because everybody in the last couple of years, everybody's like they just really vilified the drag queens, and to see that it's really more to them, and what wonderful entertainers they are to show that.
Great entertainment
on that stage. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up drag culture. Drag queen Nymphia Huen celebrates RuPaul's win at Taiwan's presidential office. Taiwanese drag queen Nymphia Huen celebrated her RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16 win with an electrifying performance at Taiwan's presidential office on Wednesday. Performing before President Tsai Ing-wen and distinguished guests, Nymphia's act highlighted Taiwan's commitment to the LGBTQ+ rights under Tsai's leadership. Taiwan became Asia's first country to legalize marriage equality in 2019. I saw the video of Nymphia Huen performing in front of the president, and it was absolutely amazing. She looked like she really enjoyed it.
Drag is actually not new to Chinese culture, just like in the back in the back in the old days, imperial days, male actors will often don drag to play female roles, and the whole heavy makeup thing was very Chinese theater. And I'm loving this. I'm loving the fact that there's soon to be two, Thailand is getting there.
Well, yeah, I love that Taiwan jumped out there first, right? And made marriage legal, and is leading the way and giving people opportunity. And
Speaking of, guess which country got marriage equality recently? It is so obscure that I didn't even know that. Liechtenstein. That tiny little thing right next to Switzerland.
Wow.
Perfect. That's a great fun fact. I would not think of that country.
Not surprised about that.
Interesting. LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up students and youth culture. It's graduation, and this moving letter by Jackson Harrison shows there is hope for queer graduates. Non-binary college gymnast Jackson Harrison penned an emotional graduation letter that is winning everyone's hearts. In the recent final collegiate event at the GymAct National Championships, the Sun Devils placed second. However, Harrison wants to focus on the triumphs, like embracing their queerness as a gymnast. Harrison had suffered in the past as they had to suppress their queerness. But becoming a student at ASU, they think, I must have won the gay lottery. And how much fun is that, right? To be able to step into yourself, especially at a time when you're in those college years, and to want to perform, at your very best and to actually be able to bring your whole self to what you love to do, it's got to be a great feeling.
Great. And also check out their arms. Good God.
Check out the legs. Good God. That's what I'm looking at.
And especially when so many of them cannot perform or cannot participate in sport that they want to because of the state they live in. So I think that's amazing that they can do that.
LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Sunshine Performing Arts presents Janvis, Our Brilliance Cultural Tapestry on May 23rd. Join Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts and Janvis for Our Brilliance Cultural Tapestry featuring the Philip Dunlop Trio, Brazilian Voices, Nikki Keith, and Inglis Gutierrez with Luis Urbino. This is an opportunity to celebrate South Florida's vibrant artistry with jazz, vocal ensembles, R&B, and classical performances. Ticket starts at $35. For further details and ticket purchase, visit sunshinecathedral.org. It's like a buffet for like classics. You got a little R&B there, you got the jazz there. It might be fun.
Yeah, I definitely.
Looks like a lot of fun. It always shocks me when people talk about the arts and then the surprise that people are gay. And I'm like, well, who do you think has been doing this the whole time?
All I need is a little wine and some good jazz music. It's a great night for me. Communion.
Okay. Uh-oh.
That is today's news for LGBTQ plus community on the world's first and only daily LGBTQ plus evening news show.
If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Are you like most of America, part of a very large television audience, watching this live LGBTQ news broadcast right now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon Fire TV?
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ plus digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your support. If our community is to grow, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world.
This is the only place in the world that tells these type of LGBTQ plus stories in motion and sounds. This is the passion of Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, and Queer News Tonight.
I'm your anchor, Dr. Bobby Huen, and on behalf of these LGBTQ plus reporters, the anchors of Queer News Tonight, including Mr. Paul Thomas, Ms. Cori Cracium, Cori Brilliance, and Nico Cales, we will see you daily at 8 p.m. To our LGBTQ plus world, we wish you good night.
Good night.